right.
Biggest what? I'm sorry.
Welcome.
I had to do that.
Yes, sir. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
I had to do that. Come on. We already know what we fit to talk about.
Yeah, man.
We already know what we fit to talk about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to Welcome to Layers of the Culture. I'm about to do it again. So used to that. I was actually just looking at one of our old videos earlier, so that's what kind of threw me off.
Oh, damn. How wild.
It was the DMC interview. You know, I was looking at that and I was like, I wonder if I should repost that on the new page or something like that, you know. So I might do that. But welcome to Layers of the Culture. This is episode 15, and this is your man Kurt, and this is
Harry.
And we got a lot to talk about today, man. A lot to talk about. We definitely got some R.I.Ps, but before we get into all of that, how was your week this week?
Oh, week was pretty good. Getting a little more acclimated and getting more proficient at my second job.
Okay.
I decided I've been putting off certification tests for years. I finally said, you know what? It's time for me to start swimming. So I went ahead and scheduled.
Harry.
I scheduled a test to get my certification on the 28th of October. So I'm gonna try to do it. Y'all pray for your boy.
All right.
And, yeah, man. I want to get this thing, man. I really am. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I wish you well on that, man. You know.
Appreciate it. How was your week, sir?
My week is good, man. I can't complain, man. I'm just glad to be able to say, you know, I have no real complaints. You know what I mean? You know, still working, being able to punch the clock, and you know, get these bills paid. And just do what I enjoy doing, man. Being able to come back and do the podcast, that's what I look forward to all the time. So, but yeah, man, everything has been good, man. I can't complain. So, you know, it is what it is.
Also, real quick, I wanted to. Were you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
I want to shout out Trey Gibson. He had a mural up. They had a billboard up for his artwork. He's getting his artwork displayed the whole month in the Irvine Plaza Center over there in Battleground.
Okay.
It is. It's in the. I guess that's a bar. City. Gate City Growlers. So I want to shout out Trey, man. And I'm proud of that dude. I mean, he been through some shit. I ain't gonna get super personal, but he literally. I mean, he really turned shit to sugar. So
that's what's up, man.
So yeah, man.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Trey, man. That's what's up, man.
And if he give us, draw us and get us a little label and stuff, and not put no fucking menstrual gloves on our hands, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Hook us up, Trey. You know, that would be dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, you know, again, this is episode 15. And we appreciate y'all checking us out, you know what I mean, week after week, you know, the new followers, as well as the loyal followers from our old page, Try It Hip Hop. And check us out over on TikTok. You know, we're doing pretty good over there. We're gaining a lot more. Yeah, man, we got a lot more followers. So yeah, we're doing pretty good on TikTok. You know, getting a lot more followers over there. Hopefully we can blow up the Instagram and the other stuff and YouTube and all that. But yeah, so before we go too far, we did lose a few people over the past week or so. Most of you know we lost Fat Man Scoop. You know, he passed away right after our last episode, so we didn't really get to talk about that. So he's definitely been a legend in the hip hop game because to me, he almost became like a new age Flavor Flav, if you will, because he was like a big hype man. Plus he did production and stuff like that, made beats and stuff like that. But if you heard his song, his voice on a song, you got hype. You know what I mean? Any song he was on, his voice just brought a lot of hypeness. And that's what like people like Flavor Flav did for Public Enemy and hip hop in general. Exactly. So it's like you hear that voice, you kind of get a little hype. You know what I mean? So rest in peace to Fat Man Scoop. We also, let me go back to my notes here. So yeah, we also lost Rich Homie Quan. Definitely a big loss. I heard, there's some conspiracy behind that, but I don't know the whole thing. But I know I have heard the 911 call, and I believe it was his girlfriend that called, said that he went to sleep on the couch the night before. She woke up the next morning, saw that he was still asleep, said a few things to him, thinking that he was just sleeping hard. He didn't respond, so she put like a little cover over him, like, all right, I'm gonna go do what I do, and I'll come back and check on you later. Then later on, I guess she realized he still wasn't moving, and she called 911. So, but yeah, rest in peace to him. We lost another rapper named Broadway from a 90s group called Strictly Roots out of the Bronx. Definitely, represented. I like their music. I don't think they did more than one album, but they had some pretty notable music out there. So rest in peace to Broadway. And outside of the hip hop culture, we lost a couple of icons, man. Still got to mention James Earl Jones. That was heavy, man. Just for the black community to lose him. That dude, man, he bought, he's what gave you Darth Vader, Star Wars originally. Mufasa, yep. Man, listen, come on, man. Coming to America, let them wait.
It's beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Right. What is that, velvet? Yeah, man. So yeah, he was King Jaffe Joe Fur and Coming to America. But yeah, he's done countless roles, man. He did the original Fences on Broadway, and that's what Denzel, took over that spot. Not took over, but brought it to the big screen. So yeah, man. Shout out to James Earl Jones. Our condolences to his family. I think he was in his 90s.
Yeah, it was 93.
Yeah. So yeah, and then we just heard within the past 24 hours that we also lost Frankie Beverly from Frankie Beverly and Maze. Also a cultural icon for black culture and black music in general.
Shit, cookout music.
Right, exactly. Come on, man. You hear that song, you got to dance. You start losing it, man. Especially when you play it at a party, a cookout, or something like that. Yeah, that's it right there. So
I got places. I might have to do that at the job.
Right.
In the break room, I'm gonna be like, look, y'all.
Right.
What y'all going through right now?
Exactly. Man, listen. They're gonna be playing Frankie Beverly for the next 2 weeks or something, man. So, but yeah, so rest in peace to him and condolences to his family as well, to all of them. So, it's been a heavy loss for the black community in general, man. So, but anyway, let's give them a moment of silence, pay our respects. All right. Thank y'all so much for doing that with us. So
we apologize for the cleaning music that we got in the background. That's not us.
If you can hear some background music, it's just the next door neighbor, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it's we can hear it.
Yeah, I think they cleaning today.
Yeah.
Mama probably got on the big draws and talk about some, we gonna dance. Gospel music blurred.
Right, exactly. So yeah, man. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on, and I guess we can go ahead and throw out some birthday shout outs real quick, because we also got a question of the day coming up pretty soon too. But back on September 8th, happy birthday goes out to my man Wiz Khalifa and Slim Thug. Happy birthday to them. On September 9th, we got Soulja Slim, Young Berg, and MC Shan. You know what I mean? The icon. So yeah, happy birthday to all of them. September 10th, which was yesterday for us, we had Big Daddy Kane and Nikki D. Happy birthday to them. Today, which is September 11th, we got my man Ludacris. I just put a post up for him on TikTok. So today is the 11th. That's when we're recording this. Y'all probably won't hear it till the 12th or 13th. Yeah. Coming up on the 12th, my man 2 Chainz and Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony. Happy birthday to them. On September 13th, we got Playboy Cardi and Swiss Beats. Yeah, man, got to give it up for Swiss Beats, man. His beats are iconic in the culture. Coming up on the 14th, we got Nasty Nas. We also got Akinelli and Mike Geronimo. So, yeah, we got some heavy hitters on that day. Yeah, man. September 15th, happy birthday goes out to Sci High to Prince. September 16th, happy birthday goes out to Metro Boomin.
Metro!
Yes, sir. Metro Boomin, Flow Rider, Prince EA, and also Tila Rock on the same day. All of them on the same day. September 17th, happy birthday goes out to Dougie Fresh, Lord Jamar, and Steady B. Also Pumpkinhead, I'm sorry, Pumpkinhead as well. September 21st, happy birthday goes out to Wale. September 22nd, happy birthday goes out to Moneybag Yo and Mystical. And then on September 23rd, happy birthday goes out to Jermaine Dupri, Trick Daddy, Lazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, and Crooked Eye. So happy birthday to all of them heavy hitters on that day as well. A couple more, I'm sorry. I missed a couple. On September 18th, we got Exhibit. September 19th, we got Jay Electronica, a rapper named Nine from the Bronx, and Emil also. So happy birthday to all of them. We appreciate all of y'all's contribution to the culture.
Yep.
And then I'll go ahead and run through some music real quick, and then we'll do our question of the day. So for new music, MC Light dropped a new joint called Thank You. She is dropping a lot of side B and stuff like that was like lost in the lost tapes types, lost in the crates and stuff that she never got to release. So she's going to be releasing an album with all those types of joints. So I'm excited about that.
That Thank You, that's the I got to hear that. That's the one with Mary and all that. No?
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I love that.
Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. Brittany was watching that, and she was like, "Yeah, I like this," and I was like, "Yeah, MC Light special."
Yeah, she still got it, man. She still got it. She still looks really young too.
Yeah.
So also we got Fat Joe and Remy Ma just released a joint together called Out of Control. So that goes hard. Beat goes hard. I'm not sure who produced it, but sounds like it could be maybe a Scott Storch beat. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But they released an unreleased song from Sean Price. My man Domingo produced it. And it features his late wife, or not late wife, but his wife, his widow, I guess, Bernadette Price. It's called 116 capital P.
Dang.
Yeah, it goes pretty hard. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's all I got for my music. Just wanted to drop a few joints, so y'all go check all of those out because hip hop is definitely alive.
Oh, did you hear the LL Cool J album? It dropped.
I didn't know it dropped. I forgot. I'm glad you said that. But I did hear the joint he did with Nas, and that shit went hard. I meant to mention that too. I think it's called Praise Him.
Yeah.
And yeah, Nas goes hard on that joint, man. I was like, yo. I was wondering, like, these are two GOATs in the industry. I was like, who's going to kind of outshine? But I think Nas kind of outshined on that one. So yeah, go check that out. But yeah. So you want to jump into the question of the day?
This is to bring this into the height of what we're going to talk about. Certain people who are going to be on certain platforms, particularly next year around February.
Yeah.
But anyway, so this question goes, in the the concept of this: will the quality of hip hop be elevated?
So you're saying, like, as a result of this performance that's coming up in February, will that help to kind of raise the quality of hip hop?
Yeah, that's the question I'm asking.
I could see that doing that. If they do it right. I mean, I think that him by himself is going to automatically, raise it up. But I think if they have some guests, that we want to see, I think that will also raise it up even more because I think that's going to help some of the younger artists try to step up their game so that they can get to that status where they're invited to do things like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it could. I think it has real high potential to do that. What do you think?
I mean, like I said, well, I'll get into that a little bit because what I'll do, we're going to talk about pretty much talk about that on the focus topic.
Okay.
So I will get back.
You'll want to just come back to that.
Yeah, I'll link it back to it. So.
Okay. Yeah, we can just go ahead and jump into some topics. But, again, y'all weigh in the comments. Let us know how you feel. If you think this February performance is going to elevate the quality of hip hop. But yeah, so I guess I want to, if you don't mind, I would like to go ahead and throw this little topic out there. So, I'm going to put it up on the screen. You'll see a picture of my man, Dame Dash, after he lost his teeth. My man was on a live, and all of a sudden he was like, yeah, so anyway.
Oh, damn.
I was like, yo, what the fuck? Because I saw a headline about it first, about somebody just made a joke. It was like, hope I don't lose my teeth like Dame Dash. I was like, Dame Dash ain't never lost his teeth. And then after the fact, I saw the video and I was like, oh shit, he kind of did.
I think, I think he has some form of diabetes.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I think that's probably why it came out. But yeah, man, like I can't really say shit because I have my teeth clean.
Yeah.
I definitely need to take better care of them.
Hey, man, it can happen to all of us, man.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't doing that shit on the live though. I ain't about to
right.
come out like that.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell. And he took it lightly. He didn't get mad. He didn't say, "Oh fuck y'all."
You can't get mad. What the fuck? You gonna look up? You gonna look bad?
Right.
Truthfully, talking about the fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
But he was like, he said those are not, because everybody was like, your dentures fell out. He was like, nah, those ain't dentures. Those are what do you call them? He said those are my grills. And I'm like, okay, what do you mean grills? Then he goes, well, those are implants. I'm like, that's pretty much the same shit, man. You know what I mean? You might as well just say dentures, bro. But it is what it is. It's fake teeth. You know what I mean? So I didn't know he was having issues like that, man. So, I wonder how long he's been dealing with that.
Yeah, I think he's had I think he had diabetic problems for a good while. I don't know how long.
Yeah.
I don't want to, be like, oh man, nah, but I think he had that for a good while.
You might have, man. I mean, I deal with being a diabetic myself, and I'm just trying to be real careful, because it's definitely something that you don't want to take too lightly. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but it's like don't let the gym fall out on the damn.
Right on the podcast, we're like,
nigga, we cut the camera off. We had for hours. Yeah.
Right. It's your man Kurt. Right, hold on. We'll be right back. Right. Yeah, because you could tell when it happened, he tried to duck his face off the camera when it happened. He was like, oh shit, trying to fix it. And came back. It was like, yo, that's crazy, bro.
You need to hit him up with the Dennis the Menace joint, had them tricklets up.
Right. Yeah, man.
He looked like a little bunny rabbit.
Exactly. Yo, that shit was funny though, man.
Man.
They've been doing mad skits about that. Affion Crockett did one about it, and he pretended to be Jay-Z and what's my name? My man Spice Adams pretended to be Dame Dash, and they did the fake teeth, had a fallout, and then this other. I think there's been a few other skits from less known people, but they've been funny as shit. But yeah, man, shout out to Dame Dash, man. At least he took it like a good sport.
Yeah, hopefully when he sell that stuff, he can get him some new teeth.
Right. Yeah, man. All right, so you were telling me that a certain song was called Song of the Summer. What's that all about?
Okay, so from what I understand, Billboard named it was Post Malone, I think, and Zach Wilder.
Wallen or something like that. Something Wallen. I know the dude, but I don't know his name that great. I think he's like a country singer or some shit like that.
Yeah, there's a song talking about I need help or I got help or something like that.
Yeah.
Which that's exactly what they got from Billboard, because there is no way in hell that they beat Not Like Us.
Right. How do you say that outdid Not Like Us for the Song of the Summer? Please, man.
No way in hell. That shit was everywhere.
Exactly.
Everywhere. Even people that didn't like the song was like, yo, man, listen, y'all tripping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. There's no way. And
yeah.
I didn't even know about the song until you mentioned it to me. So I went back and listened to this Post Malone song, and I was like, nah, that ain't it, bro. That ain't it.
Not for the song.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool song if you're into that type of music. I don't think it's a bad song, but it ain't the song of the summer. That shit didn't do nothing for me. And I can appreciate any music genre. It's not that I just love hip hop. I can listen to country because I like a lot of country artists. I like, R&B, reggae, all of that shit. Um, Chris Stapleton is actually one of my favorite country artists.
Oh man, he actually got a new video. And it was actually pretty dope. He had cast like a lot of black people in it.
Oh yeah?
Like
okay.
A lot of black people, but it was about these two people dying.
And okay.
Yeah, you gotta see it. It's powerful. I damn near cried.
All right, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. Cause yeah, I mean, he be putting out some bangers, man. Some song. I can see him being song of the summer or something like that, but not this Post Malone shit.
Post Malone culture vulture.
Right, exactly. But y'all waiting in the comments to let us know what y'all think about that. This Post Malone, whatever his name is, Wildin. I know the last name is Wildin, but I don't know the first name. I forget the first name. But yeah, y'all let us know how y'all feel about that. And since we're talking about Kendrick Lamar, I guess we can kind of phase into his topic.
Well, let's talk about the mural, the defacement.
Yeah. What city was it in? Did you catch that? I know it's somewhere in California, but
I didn't catch the city. I do feel that might be a part of a smear campaign, as far as like, because from the source that I'm hearing from, and this is from another podcast, Thought Crimes.
Okay.
They have been saying that Drake is really trying to tap into that Hispanic market.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I think, well, particularly Mexicans. And I think what he did, he might have got some of them on payroll to deface it.
I would hope he's not that stupid, man. I really do, man, because Drake, you can tell he's a petty individual, so I could see him doing that, but I really hope that he's learned at this point, it's too late, bro. Just let it go.
Let it go.
You know what I mean? Let it go.
He's making himself look worse. And honestly, he's I ain't gonna say him altogether, but he's kind of developing hip hop right now because of all the stuff that he's doing. But yeah, and I think too, a lot of the Mexicans, I'm gonna say Mexicans because of as far as like LA and all that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be offensive or racist or anything, but I'm just using that because these are the people that talk. But they actually came out and was against us. Like, hey, we love Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
and Kendrick Lamar can actually speak Spanish too. So
can he? Yeah. Okay. So, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like,
that's what's up, man.
So he's gonna be tied in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So shout out to K.O.D, man, because that was messed up when I saw that. They said that whoever did it, I guess they was from the Mexican gangs out there, but I know it's probably a lot of different sets of Mexican gangs, you know what I mean? So I don't know which one. It just said Mexican gang. That's all I saw with the headline. But, I'm glad that a lot of Hispanic individuals out there are showing their support for K.O.D and just saying, nah, we're not all doing that dumb shit.
Yeah.
So, that's what's up. And speaking of Drake and being petty, K.O.D let him know. No round twos. No round twos, bro.
Biggest what?
No round twos.
Biggest what?
Exactly. I love it, man. So, of course, y'all know Kendrick Lamar announced on his social media that he'll be performing at the Super Bowl next year in February, which is what we were. Which is what we were talking about with the question of the day.
Biggest what? I'm sorry.
I like how he threw the shot out there and just let him know, no round twos, because, obviously Drake was reaching, hoping for a round two with his little sublims. So I'm glad that Kendrick let him know, nah, there'll be no round twos.
That's the thing, man. Like, you know, he ain't really had no bangers. I mean, a lot of stuff he's been shooting out is mid. You know what I'm saying? And
very mid.
Yeah, I mean, the No Face song was pretty dope. I'll give him that, even though the reference track came out on that. But it's just
I mean, we can't really give him much credit if you got a reference track behind it. You know what I mean? You taking somebody else's shit, so they're dope, not you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. But it's just I'm ecstatic to see him. I know there's been a lot of mixed reviews. You know, a lot of people was like, "Oh, it should have been Wayne. Should have been Lil Wayne. How come y'all didn't bring out Wayne?" They were starting to blame Jay-Z and shit. But you know, Jay-Z really didn't have the decision, wasn't a part of the decision making. The city, New Orleans, wanted Kendrick Lamar. The city committee. So it wasn't that Jay-Z said like, "Oh, we're gonna bring Kendrick Lamar." It's my horrible Jay-Z impression. Listen. So
I'm sure y'all have heard, you know, there's just a lot of backlash about choosing Kendrick over somebody like Lil Wayne since it's in New Orleans, or, you know, like Master P and all these other people who could be performing. So we don't know for sure yet. They may have some special guests, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to count it out.
Nah, I think Wayne's going to be there.
I feel like at least Wayne would be there, if nobody else. You know what I mean? So
yo, I ain't gonna lie, it would be crazy. It would be crazy. No Limit was out there, and they did make them say, "Oh,
right."
Yo, bring that off. Yo, that would be crazy. Yeah. I know no one's asking for that. Let me be clear. I know no one's asking for that. But if that happened, that would be crazy.
Yeah, anybody from New Orleans, you know, even the dude Hurricane Chris, who's been complaining about the 50 thing, saying he's from there. Yeah. Juvenile, they could bring him out, you know what I mean?
They have to bring Juvenile.
Yeah, that would be dope.
If he do back that ass up,
exactly.
There's gonna be so much ass.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So yeah, man, I hope they do that now. I'm not mad at Kendrick being the one performing, because I mean, he had a great year, which is why he should have been Song of the Summer. I mean, the man had a huge year just off of a battle, you know, and then I think he's got an album ready, but I think he's probably going to release it closer to the Super Bowl, probably just to, you know, be the height of that time.
Yeah, whenever he dropped, it's gonna be stupid.
Right.
It's gonna be Aston, man. He's gonna break all types of records and stuff. It's gonna be stupid.
Exactly. And y'all, you know, let us know how y'all feel about, you know, all of this. Him performing at the Super Bowl, whether you think he should have some New Orleans special guests because it's being done in New Orleans. I think he should, but I'm not going to be mad at him if he doesn't, because he doesn't owe anybody anything. But yes, it would be a great thing to do.
I mean, I think he would do it, because I think Kendrick is intelligent enough. He's got his ears to the streets. And I also feel that, you know, him being a part of the culture and being, you know, he got his ear to it.
Right.
Unlike, you know, the person he took out. You know what I'm saying? I think it will happen. If it's, you know what I'm saying? If he can't get Wayne, it would suck, but I'm pretty sure he would probably try to get some type of...
Right. You know, I feel like he's probably going to do something, you know what I mean? Because any good Super Bowl performance, it's always good to have guests. You know, like when Beyonce did her thing and she brought in Kendrick Lamar, when, you know, we had the Dre and Snoop and all of them and 50, you know, all of that.
That's the thing. Kendrick got a dangers on that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. You good.
Kendrick could, Beyonce, he can also bring out Taylor fucking Swift.
Yep, he could. He could. Yep, he could. That would be huge too. That would bring another whole nother you know, genre of people.
Bad blood, listen. Man, Drake ain't do shit.
Exactly.
About 2020.
You know, Drake would be mad as fuck if he do that shit.
Yo, this nigga had to crook. He had to bring out that flat bitch. That flat ass bitch.
Right.
He brought out Beyonce.
Right. He gonna be at home crying in the car. He gonna cry in the car.
He gonna cry in the car.
Well, yeah.
Man, that would have helped y'all. Would have helped y'all.
Exactly.
Nah, I forgot what was my man? Shout out to Curtis King. Curtis King, but he did this. There was a skit that he showed. I forgot the guy's name, but he was actually like Drake's therapist.
Oh wow!
And he's like, "So how do you feel?" It's like, "Yeah, man, I'm feeling good. You know, the battle, I'm getting past it." Well, how do you feel that Kendrick's going to be in the Super Bowl? What?
Right.
And then he was like, "Nigga, it don't matter how you feel. Look, he about to do this and all this coming out."
Yo.
And he said, "Yo, if he do not like us, yo, you probably should just X yourself." I ain't gonna say that.
Yo. I saw another skit similar. It was the cartoon dude Ace Vane.
Yeah.
He did a skit where Drake kind of busts in the room and 40 is sitting right there. And he's like, "Yo, 40, yo, we about to be up, man." He's like, "Yo, you remember how when he did that song and he said A minor, and then he sat there and kind of stretched it out for a long time. He's like, and 40 gets mad. He's like, yeah, I know the song. They play it all the time." And he goes, "Okay, I'm gonna do my new song. I'm gonna go a midget." And 40's like, "Bro, it's not gonna work. Let it go." And then he started telling him about how Kendrick's gonna be in the Super Bowl. And he's like, "What?" Like he didn't even know. He's like, "Yo," he got mad as fuck. That shit was funny as shit, man. Ace Vane is a fool, man. He funny as shit. Y'all should check him out.
I checked it out.
But yeah, let us know in the comments how y'all think about all that, and also what you think about, you know, the Kendrick Lamar mural being defaced. I wonder if they're gonna fix it or not. Or are they just gonna kind of let it go? Because I remember back when Prodigy died and they defaced his. They did it multiple times.
Yeah, they did it a couple of times.
And they finally just said, "We're not gonna redo it." You know what I mean? So
I mean, you gotta think about it. That's a lot of work. Man.
Yeah, those artists put in a lot of work.
Well, at least with that one, at least with the Prodigy one, they just threw paint up. They didn't throw it gang signs.
Right.
But yeah, to do that, man, it's just. But even then, that's still disrespectful.
Yeah. I mean, especially after he tried to unite the area out there. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just feel like that was corny as fuck.
Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, so you know, let us know how y'all feel about that. You had one more topic that you wanted to get into about, you know, hip hop.
Talk about the hip hop in 2024.
Okay.
We've talked about, you know, some of these stuff are current events. You know, something that we were talking about, but we also want to talk about. I mean, I guess it's still current because we're still in 2024, but we're just talking about the overall landscape. It just seems I want to shout out the company man, Justin Hunt. He did a breakdown of like how rap, hip hop in general, is not really doing anything number wise, with the exception of Kendrick.
Yeah.
With the exception of Kendrick, and there's hardly any. And well, Shabuzi, even though he's country, he took a hip hop song and made it country.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? I mean, but you really kind of can't count that. But there hasn't really been any artist, and I'm thinking, you know, it's kind of sad because at least even if you had your underground and you know your stuff like that, you still want to kind of see the mainstream thrive.
Yeah,
because at least with the art form, like okay, well the art is still at least alive. You know what I'm saying? It's still, you know, it's still thriving. But the fact that, and I think there's a lot of factors. And again, like I said, I don't think it's only Drake because there's other artists that are not getting their shine neither.
Yeah.
But I also think Drake is a part of it because he oversaturated the market with trying to get back at Kendrick and try to release all this music, and it's not really up to par. You know, people kind of just getting out of the. I think Kendrick kind of lifted the veil, if you will, and I think people just kind of get tired of like, okay, it's cool that you got all these party songs and stuff, and they can exist. You know what I'm saying? They can exist. I think I don't have no problem with partying bullshit. It happens. I mean, we all need a break from reality. I get it. Yeah. But what more can you offer? You know what I'm saying? Right. And I think that's why people are gravitating towards Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, because like you said with Drake, it's like, you've been kind of doing your thing for a minute now, but where do we go from here? You know, it's getting to the point where that same formula is not working. And, you know, I'm kind of glad that Kendrick called him out on that shit too. You know what I mean? Because after a while, even his loyal fans are probably going to be like, you know what? I need something a little bit different.
Yeah, but shoot, but that's what I'm saying. People giving Most Def flack, you know,
Yeah, because of
for
what he
talking about
said.
what he said. So many SKUs, so many
Shopping.
SKUs.
He said, when I think of that Drake, I think of shopping. So what he said, being in Target.
Oh, they have everything.
So many SKUs.
But I mean,
yo, that was funny.
he was actually right about that. In a sense, it's like, okay, yeah, you got pop songs and stuff, but I mean, and don't get me wrong, I think, you know, he got some memorable songs.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and say that, you know, he don't, but realistically, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, at the end of the day, yeah, you might got these hits, but can people come back like 50 years from now and say, oh yeah, man, I remember when Drake did this, da 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 da. But yeah, they gonna shoot, man. Listen, Kendrick, when all this stuff gets done with Kendrick and stuff, man, and once we pretty much all move on to the great hereafter, people gonna look at Kendrick music like, man, that man spoke something. This man said something. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm not sitting here to be like, "Oh, Kendrick is our savior" and shit like that. I mean,
right.
But you know, what I'm saying he definitely has. We're in the middle of a paradigm shift, definitely.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I also think, and I don't mean to keep talking, but that's one thing about the Pete Rock and the Common album, which we will review. But that's one thing I can say. I think those albums and stuff are starting, even with MC Light. I think a lot of these albums are starting to come to light now and bring substance back into hip hop.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed in 2024 there's been a resurgence of a lot of older artists dropping music. And, you know, a lot of people are finally starting to look at some of these older artists and realize, you know, they had something, you know what I mean? And they can appreciate something that's different from what they're hearing because we don't have no problem with new school artists, you know what I mean? It's just that you guys sometimes are doing this cookie cutter formula that sometimes it's like, okay, but you just sound like the guy that came right before you. So it's like the new school music, when it's done right, it's fucking phenomenal. You know what I mean? Because they got some dope ass beats and producers and shit like that for these new school artists. But we just need some more people that decide not to be cookie cutter like your Q.O.Ds. You know what I mean? People like that who say, you know, I'm in this era, but I don't want to just sound like such and such over there or have such and such over there trying to sound like me because I'm so basic with it. You know what I mean? He's actually trying to put out quality music. And so I think we just need more of that. You know, those younger artists who really care about the craft and, you know, no disrespect to people like Sexy Red, but it's just people like that just do what I call typical music. Just something that'll grab your attention. You know what I mean? Talking about sex and body parts and something that's easy to grab people's attention. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like I said, they deserve a space too. It's not that they don't, you know, don't need to exist. Because I mean, but I mean, think about it. Yeah, you might have people like Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Jay-Z. They may not be like what you would say like, oh, well, these people were, you know, back in the day they were marking like, oh, they're just generous to society, and, you know, blah blah blah. They saying this, they say smack a bitch this, smacking that. But the thing about it, they still had their music. They still had to, you know, bring the music and the talent to it. And that's the thing, like, yeah, even if they did that, you know what I'm saying, there was still some talent. There were still some things like people that still had an ear to like, okay, this is right, this sounds good. Or hey, you know what, this sounds pretty good. Let me, you know, or let me tweak that here, do this there. And yeah, I mean, you know, you got to give it to them that they have like at least the talent. But you know, now it's just, you know, oh well, we got to do it like this. Everything's cookie cutter. Oh, we have to do it like that. You know, oh, this worked because this worked before, and and that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like that.
Yep. Definitely, I agree. I mean, they definitely, deserve their own space in hip hop, but that goes right back to the whole, subgenres and stuff like that, or subcategories in hip hop. So, if you want to just make continuous sex hip hop, you know what I mean? Let's make a category for that or something. You know what I mean? Sex hop. But
booty hole brown hop.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, like the Two Live Crew, they kind of created a lane for stuff like that. You know what I mean? And most real like underground hip hop heads, they want more variety in their music. They don't mind shit like that, like Two Live Crew and Sexy Red. But it's just we don't want to make everything continuously like that. Like, oh well, everybody's talking about sex, so that's what we need to do now.
What we need to do.
Right. So let's just focus on that for the next couple of years.
And like I said, man, they just oversaturating the market.
Exactly.
And I think with Kendrick being different and it being as successful as it is, I think it's really, there's gonna be a lot of people that sadly not gonna be able to make it.
Yeah.
Paradigm shift.
Absolutely.
They're not gonna be able to make it because it's like, man, I don't want to hear this trash. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like shitty trash ass rap has been like, I ain't gonna say ruling, but
right.
They've been, I'll at least say they've been dominant for at least about 10 to 15 years.
Right.
And now that we're getting ready to get like, I guess a revival, if you will. Yeah, I think that's that, and really it needs to change. Hell, it's what I'm saying, we're like if you think about it, the 80s and 90s, you could tell the difference between the 90s and 2000, you can tell the difference between it. You really can't tell the difference between the 2010s. And really even now.
Right.
Because everything is the fucking
it's
the fucking same.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what you know what I'm saying? And see that's the thing too. I'm not trying to glaze Kendrick. I'm just calling things like I see. Like him getting over, with the out doing the Tupac's Hit 'Em Up.
Right.
That's what we're supposed to be doing right now in hip hop. Y'all, that generation, his generation, should be surpassing the fucking 90s. And I think Kendrick is on the track of doing that.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's why shit has just been so mediocre and just like, it's, and they try to make excuses for it. Like, yeah, I mean, it was mediocre, but you know what I'm saying? My man's rapping and my man's spitting to it. Oh man, my man playing ball. But it's like, nah, man, nigga, we had greats.
Yeah.
We had great, like, think about it. Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just passionate about this, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
Michael
good.
Jordan, what made him great? It's not that he was great. There was other niggas in the 90s that was great. He just happened to be the greatest.
Exactly. There was a bunch of niggas who was great.
There was listen.
He was just a great
Michael out there, man. Like you had shit. You had Barkley. I mean, even though he didn't win a ring, arguably, but Barkley. You had Ewing. You had, Muggsy Bogues. I mean, we had a lot of great talent.
Yep.
And they could not do shit because Michael Jordan was there.
Yep. And they'll tell you that. Most of them will tell you to this day,
Yeah.
Jordan he was inhuman.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? And so, you always had some greats, but the 90s, man, we had some, exceptional music, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's hard to duplicate that. I mean, the rapping style is different now, but arguably we can say the 90s could still be listened to this day because it's timeless music.
Yep.
It's not something that makes you feel like, oh, well, I can only listen to it back then. I don't want to hear it no more. Anybody who knows 90s music will say it's worth listening to over and over again.
I mean, arguably, and I'm just saying arguably, going back to the Jordan, we can say the same shit for arguably Pac and Big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, I know some people are like, well, no, they're not the greatest. because of this, and Pac couldn't really rap like that with his non-rapping, non-lyrical ass. I hear all that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, what made Pac and Big great wasn't just Pac and Big. There was other great shit out there in the fucking 90s. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Who y'all got great now other than Kendrick? And that's why the shit is spiraling now.
Exactly.
You don't have anybody else that's fucking great.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say that. You could say arguably Drake, but Drake's dwindling now. J. Cole, he could be a possible contender, but he really gonna have to step it up. You know what I'm saying? At this point now. But yeah, this generation, and the sad thing is, Kendrick, if you really think about it, yeah, he's on this generation, but really he's on his way out. Until somebody else come along.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all got.
Right, exactly. What do y'all got? Because I mean,
and it's just and the thing of it is, you're celebrating the generation, and like I said, all that, like even with drill, sex rap, and all that stuff, it got its place. I do not want to count those people out, but it's just like it's too many people that's in this industry. It's just so fucking mediocre.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
It's killing the art.
Yeah.
And Kendrick kind of proved that.
Yeah, and what it is, I think a lot of these executives in high places that control how the music is, they see things like, a Sexy Red and, Lotto and all these rapping about sex and Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, and they're like, okay, that seems to work, so let's just keep doing it. They don't say, well, let's keep some variety going. They just find young artists and say, hey, what can you do with sex? And the artist is probably like, okay, I'll make something happen because they want to get paid. So I think they just keep encouraging because that's what works.
Now, I will give it to Megan, since you mentioned Megan. One thing I can say about her, I want to commend her for actually stepping out and going to the Asian markets.
That's true.
She is. She did a song with the Japanese artist. I forgot that song. I mean, the song was kind of annoying. I ain't gonna lie, but Watashi-chan style. You know what I'm saying? It's funny.
But it's cool, like you said, that she was able to do that collab, and it's actually a cool song. You know what I mean?
But she actually got another collab with one of the dudes from BTS, RM.
Oh, okay.
Which what I'm saying, they actually did. It's kind of like they actually had like the anime type. Because I've seen the video. It's actually got anime feeling. Now, they still showing sexualizing Meg Thee Stallion, but the thing I can appreciate is okay, well, at least they did something different. It ain't the same
it ain't just the same. Yeah,
it ain't the same shit. If it's okay, it's there, but we got some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's and honestly, like I said, I have to give it to her. At least she's trying to stretch out and go to different markets and be different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And and she likes anime and all that stuff too, so it makes sense. Like, how come we can't be black and nerdy and just, but we hey, we can be sexy and all that stuff too and still be an anime person. Like, I appreciate that I appreciate what Megan's doing there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So
I think that's creative.
Yeah. So it's like I said, it's at least outside of that, it's something. But like I said, man, it's just right now, as far as great, like being the greatest to go to this generation,
right?
It's definitely going to be Kendrick.
Yeah, and I mean, what seems to be important to this generation and most generations, but particularly this generation, is consistency. Because somebody like let's say a Lil Wayne, you know what I mean? He's been out for a while, but he makes music that can resonate with most any generation. He can make 90s style music, he can make early 2000s, he can make 2010 style, and this generation style. But because he's been absent so long, he's not relevant because they're like, we don't know who that is. You know what I mean? Because a lot of hip hop is resonating with these 10 to 15-year-olds now, and so they're like, who is Lil Wayne? But that's because of his legal issues. Like, he had a time where he just could not release music. Like he was under a contract with Birdman. And remember, he was trying to distance himself, but because of the contract, he wasn't allowed to release any music. And so he had to just kind of sit by while other people just kind of blew up. So he still got it. Right. All three of y'all. That's a classic right there. Well, yeah, man, y'all let us know how y'all feel like hip hop is doing in 2024. I do see some improvement, like you said, with Meg Thee Stallion doing her thing. And I see a lot of older artists resurging their classic music styles. And I think some young people are starting to really show appreciation for that. Not all of them, but, some of them. And so if we can keep being consistent with both generations doing music to show some variety, that will help the younger generation realize, okay, it's not always just about this. There's a little bit of that over there.
Also, I will say this, and I'm gonna shut up because I don't want to act like yo, man, they're doing the glazing joint. You know what I'm saying? How we over here with the Kendrick glazing?
Right.
I'm sorry, I thought the phone was going on, but anyway. So you know what I'm saying? I think another thing that helped Kendrick that people don't really, I ain't gonna say they don't talk about, but it's not really mentioned as much with this. You know what I'm saying? I know they mentioned the HBCU seasons with the marching bands and stuff. I think it's cool that he kind of had those people in mind. So now you have the younger generation of kids.
All right.
It's like, oh man, we can play that. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's really good because, that's the thing, man. Drake, what I'm saying? I'm not taking anything away from him. I mean, what I'm saying? One thing I can give Drake, he went out there, he fought. He lost horribly.
Right.
One thing I can give to him, even with the Pusha T stuff, he went out there. You know what I'm saying? He went out there. He contended, and that's what he was.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
But, yeah, definitely.
But Drake don't have anybody in mind but himself. And it's like you can't, what I'm saying, if you got a culture, what I'm saying, and things and people are, feeding this energy and you don't really give anything back or anything to, and I'm not saying everybody. I mean, what I'm saying, it's not the rule for everybody, obviously.
Yeah.
But you have to do something to kind of give something back, or people are just going to be like, man, fuck this guy.
Right, so, exactly. Agreed.
So, yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, I think that's pretty much all we have for today. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry that I was long-winded, y'all. Listen, I'm just passionate about it. I'm excited. Really excited for Kendrick to do this. I think it's a big opportunity, not just for Kendrick, but for hip-hop.
For hip-hop in general.
Hip-hop in general.
Yeah, man. So y'all weigh in the comments, man. Let us know how y'all feel. Keep checking us out, all the time. We're all over the place. Like I said, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We are on YouTube. Obviously, we're on Spotify, X. I'm starting to get our Twitter X page going now. Right. I'm working on that. So I meant to tell you that I'm trying to work on that.
Oh, man.
I had to change the password because, remember we had the issue where I couldn't get in there.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I went in and just kind of changed the password and, we're good now. So, but, check us out. You may see a couple of different pages on like YouTube because we had our old Triad hip hop page. We changed the name of that to also Layers of the Culture. So, check out either one because if you check out that one, you'll see a lot of our classic material.
Yeah.
And if you check out this one, you'll see,
Please don't do this on that.
Well, we got some good shit on there. A lot of our lyrical breakdowns and, lost in thought segments, those types of shit were really good. And I think that's what helped to grow our audience over there. So anyway, but yeah, please don't forget to hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Brothers and sisters. We're going to get Dr. Umar up here. One day he's going to be knocking on the door like, I knew it.
I need $2,500.
Right. Or y'all getting 50 lashes. Hey,
Dr. Umar, how you ain't showing up? Let me get that $2,500 back.
Right.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please. It's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah. It's owned by King Kong consciousness now.
25. $2,500 that you allowed me to have,
Exactly.
and I did not show up is mine. The $2,500 that you allowed me to have, and I did not show up is mine. The $25 that you allowed me to have, and I did not show up is mine.
It's mine to have. But yeah, man, so we appreciate y'all checking us out for Layers of the Culture, episode 15. This is your man, Kurt, and this is
Howard.
the
Cut the tape.
Cut the tape. All right, y'all. Peace.